Buddy who has been sending very nice messages to me. AlanCoxShow.com. You can watch live there. Thank you also to Scubby DeBliter. Scubby DeBliter for helping out in the video department today. Much appreciated. If you listen to the show on iHeartRadio from outside Ohio, tell me where. Like to make sure you are on our map, Bureau Chief. Joe is a listener in Columbia, Missouri. Mark's in Cape Coral, Florida. Andrew's in Orlando. And, of course, we have a lot of Bureau Chief. Well, we have a lot. But the app is available all throughout North America. And so we have Robin in Toronto. We have Ray in Vancouver. We've got a handful of people along the border on the Canadian side. And I was reading about how French's up there in Canada is dropping ketchup popsicles. Of course,
popsicle?
Ketchup-flavored things are a much bigger deal in Canada. It's almost like a national flavor than it is here in the United States. I'm not quite sure why. People down here are like, ketchup chips. It's like, yeah, it's like...
Potatoes and ketchup.
Potatoes and ketchup. French's in Canada has got something called the French sickle, which is a ketchup-flavored popsicle that they're going to be releasing up there. And I would imagine that Canadians are conflicted on this. But if you've been up there and had ketchup chips, they are delicious. And the market dictates, right? They tried ketchup chips in the States, and I just don't think they sold. In Canada, they happen to sell. And it was almost by accident, because I was kind of reading up on it. There was a company many, many years ago in Canada called Hostess that made chips. And they said, hey, you know what nobody's done that we should try to do is fruit-flavored chips. So in the 70s, before they got bought by General Foods, Hostess was making all kinds of chips in Canada. They rolled out orange, cherry, and grape. They all flopped hard and immediately, and they said, well, let's try ketchup. And those blew up.
Because I get the sweet and savory thing, but it's tough to pull off the fruity savory thing. That
salt and grape. Yeah. I don't know how that works. Ketchup, it's like you get the taste, but it's not goopy or anything. You know, what's bad about again, I'm not a huge ketchup guy, but I get why people would want.
I'm sure those are okay. I just think there's other flavors that I want when I'm having chips. Just because I'm so used to sour cream and onion or a salt and vinegar. I like that.
So our listeners north of the border, you're going to get at least the opportunity to see what you think about the French sickle, the ketchup-flavored popsicle that they're going to be dropping there this summer, just in time for a sweltering Canadian summer. Bobby is in Lakewood. Hello, Bobby.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's going on, man?
Hey, interesting about the fruit chips. I wish I was big enough to remember that. But, hey, I'm just getting what's up with Bill writing off Deshaun already. Guy even stepped in the courtroom already, and he's like, all right, guilty. What's up with that, Bill?
Well, I've read a lot of the stuff that's going on, and it seemed having 66 different massage therapists, 24 of which, and now I heard there's up to 26 at one point. I don't know. Accusing him of that stuff.
Represented by one lawyer. I mean, same lawyers represented all. You don't find that odd?
No, I don't find that odd at all.
Oh, okay. All right.
Bobby, what's your take on it?
I mean, I'm going to let the chips fall where they may when
okay,
when
but how come when there was a investigator that thought he should have been charged with crimes wasn't involved, they didn't have her testify in the criminal hearings. There's a lot of stuff like that going on. And also, I believe these women. I saw the interview.
Okay.
I sat there and watched it with my girlfriend. The women that were on the HBO Sports thing, they sounded like these were real stories.
Bobby, is there...
Okay, Bill, but when there's a lot of money involved, I mean, people can become very believable. That's why you got salesmen out there that, talk up the world. I mean, when you got money involved...
Yeah, but Bobby, this all happened before he signed with the Browns.
Right, and there was no charges down there, right?
Right, but also,
no, but the point is like he
just
didn't
because there's
he
not
didn't come into
charges.
the money until
Yeah.
the Browns. I mean, the Texans were paying him. But
All right.
Bobby, what information are you waiting for?
I'm just his day in court. We'll find out when he steps in the courtroom.
The point is he's had many days in court, hasn't he? I mean,
yes. And when it comes to sexual assault, a day in court doesn't always result in a conviction because it is incredibly hard to convict somebody of sexual assault. You have to have a lot of evidence, and there isn't that evidence there. But knowing women that are in my life that have been through situations like this and worse, and hearing their stories and hearing what these women are talking about, I don't care enough about football to say, they might be lying. So I would rather stand with the women that in my life that have been assaulted and make them feel good than stand with some guy that's accused of all these different things because he's good at throwing a football. That's where I stand, Bobby.
Bobby, there's kind of a fight too, right? Between innocent until proven guilty, and the other side is where there's smoke, there's fire. And when you have 24 women going, yeah, that happened.
24 women that didn't know each other.
Right, it gets harder and harder to go say that nothing happened.
They don't have to know each other, Bill, when there's a lot of money involved. They don't have to know.
Bobby, the money's doing a lot of heavy lifting here. You know how many victims of sexual assault never see one nickel?
And do you know how many of these women are asking for the bare minimum? They just want him to admit that he has done these things.
All right.
Well, we'll see, Bobby.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, we'll see, pal. Thank you. There's Bobby in Lakewood, who is, at least for the time being, he's
football all the way.
Back in the Browns.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't say football all the way. Football all the way. Football all the way. Yeah, I wouldn't say football all the way.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I'll tell you what, with Bill becoming an LA Chargers fan, right?
Yeah. Throwing my hat in the ring for them.
If we get Terry the Goat picking games for a 4th season here on the show out in Carlton, Pennsylvania, you're going to have your ear bent to see what she's picking the Chargers to do.
Yep. I mean, not that I bet the same. I don't even bet on football, but, I'd like Terry to be a booster for the Chargers as well.
Sure.
We could use that goat.
Yeah.
That lucky goat.
That lucky goat could really be doing something when it comes to those LA Chargers. Well, good. That'll be something exciting to look forward to. Right?
Yeah. It is. I mean,
they have, what's his name? We used to have him. By we, I mean the Bears. Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack, yeah.
Is the guy that's on the Chargers now. We said him on the Bears.
Oh, the Chargers are set up.
And that guy never got
good.
accused of anything.
No.
Khalil Mack is as squeaky clean as they come.
Yeah, so, and again, if you want to continue to cheer for the Browns, you can.
That's right.
It makes me feel gross.
I can't see how
I'm not
it's
waiting for a day in court because I know enough about the situation, like Alan said, where there's smoke, there's fire. It doesn't add up to me that he was just getting massages from these ladies. It seems like he was doing some gross stuff.
Every other guy in the National Football League has figured out how to get massages and not have 24 women come forward and say, this guy was whipping it out and putting it in my face and my hands or whatever. Listen.
And listening to Deshaun talk about it, and when his lawyer a couple weeks ago was like, everybody gets happy endings. Like, it's there's a lot of evidence that puts me over towards, it looks like he did some gross stuff, so football isn't as important to me as not supporting a guy that is accused of sexual assault.
Yeah, once you're getting into Bill Clinton, it depends on what your definition of is right. Territory. You're really, yeah. By the way, all you Deshaun Watson boosters are going to be singing a different tune when your taxes go up because the Browns won $1 billion stadium that we'll be paying for. So you might feel a little differently because they're writing him this giant check.
But it might look cool.
It might look cool. Somebody left a talkback message really upset at Poundcake.
Alan, it's Martin.
Welcome back, guys. Poundcake. Nobody goes to any sporting events for the food. Nobody goes to any sporting events for the food. Got it?
Didn't he sound like he was eating in his car?
You did.
He's like, guys,
He's
nobody.
licking his fingers because he had like some hot wings or something.
Alan.
I thought like ketchup chips right there.
I think he's doing it to make fun of Poundcake.
Maybe. Hold on. Had to finish my gummy worm.
Nobody. I wouldn't say nobody. If you were given the choice between two sporting events and somebody said, this team's got their stadium has really good food, I think that might sway you. I would think. Like I said, I'm a White Sox fan. Wrigley Field has better food.
Yeah, but would you
So
go
if
to
you're going to a Cubs game, you'd go, I'll have better food here.
Yeah, but would you rather go to a Cubs game or a White Sox game?
I would rather go to a White Sox game. But I'll tell you
That's
this.
what he's saying.
When I go to see a White Sox game, I'm not going beyond popcorn and hot dogs or whatever. I don't like venture out into the thing because I know what's going on. Wrigley Field, Wrigley Field is dealing with a different clientele. That is true. That's more of the hoity-toity sports fan in Chicago. Hey, Dick.
Alan, let me, from your buddy Dick from Dayton and Bill and Mary, I pray that I'm so sorry for your loss. It's sad.
Hey, thank you, Dick. I appreciate that. How old are you, Dick?
Yeah. Huh?
How old are you? You're my mom's age, right? You're 73?
Yeah, but I did want to tell you and Bill Mary something that's very touching that has hit us. I don't know, you were gone.
Oh, we've already moved on.
That's
Okay,
what-
I see. All right.
We lost two players in the Kettering Banjo Society with cancer. Susie Piper was our favorite.
Oh,
and
boy.
I got to see Regina, so.
About
and I lost
3 seconds
another
on my
musician.
dad, Bill.
Right.
Yeah, I was gone for
Yeah,
almost
it's
3
just-
weeks.
I mean,
About 3 seconds.
Alan, I'm
It was
telling
almost
you,
like a
it's the
perfunctory
saddest thing
kind
you'll
of.
ever see.
It's just like a barely acknowledge the pain and the anguish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you taking? I mean, are you okay, Alan?
How am I taking my dad dying? What do you think, Dick?
Yeah.
How do I
No,
sound?
it's too. You sound good. Always sound good.
Yeah. Well.
I agree
Listen.
with Bill.
I'm sorry for the Kettering Banjo Society's loss too, Dick.
Yeah, thank you, Alan.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell Bill, I agree. I'm not. If they keep that Juan Watson, I won't watch.
What's
It's
his name?
ridiculous. What is it?
What is his name?
I call. Did I get it right?
Well, I don't know.
I didn't hear what you said,
I don't know
yeah.
who you're talking about. What? Who?
Shawan Watson, or that criminal.
Shawan Watson.
28 charge.
Yeah.
Shawan Watson. I'll tell you. So if they keep him, what happens, Dick?
I don't know. I've been a Browns fan, and they're not going to win games if they made a dumb move, Bill and Alan. I'm telling
I
you.
agree. I think so too.
I'll tell you what, if
Oh,
Shawan
I
Watson can't make things happen over there, I don't know what they paid him all that money for.
Oh, I just wanted to tell you, there's been a lot of people that called me. That picture, they asked me about Mary and stuff. I had a good time. I did. You know.
Yeah, right. When she was in Dayton and you went to go see her.
Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to ask her. She's still going to send me the pictures, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's sending them to you.
Yeah, is she off today?
She's on vacation with
Yep.
her family.
Oh, is she?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, but I just, so good to hear you guys. You got a fan here in Dayton, buddy. You know.
Oh
that.
boy, I'll tell you what. If I thought you were on the fence before, I'm not worried about it now, Dick.
No, always. You always got my. You always got my praise, and
Yeah.
being a fan.
Me and Shawan Squatskins gonna. Okay, thank you, Dick. I appreciate the
Licky, boom, doom, down. Licky, boom, doom, down.
And boy, it really was a thought, wasn't it? It didn't rise to the level of thoughts. You know, some people offer thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
You know,
He's like, here's
thought.
one thought.
Yeah, thought and prayer is what Dick's, of course, gave Mary a little parking lot sonata when he was.
Let's see that beautiful thing. Wow. Give us a little something.
And the weather, they get out of tune.
Yeah.
Pretty good now. Let me tell you the story about a man named Charlie on the playground, David. Why forever on the streets of Boston, he's the man who ever returned. Will he ever return? Will he ever return? And his face is on yearning. Right forever from the streets of Boston, he's the man who ever returned.
Oh boy, it ends too soon, doesn't it? You
Does
just
it?
want
I
more
don't
and more and more. Just not enough of dick to go around.
Shawan Watkins.
Shawan Squatkins. What did he call him?
Shawan.
I'll tell you
Shawan
what, if
Watkins.
Shawan Squatkin, and do know, by the way, tomorrow, after a 2-week hiatus, because of course we've been gone, is a new Poundcake sports break. You going to talk about Shawan Squatkin?
No, I'm over him. I'm over him.
Also, our friend Don Jameson on the show tomorrow. He's doing the Weekend at the Funny Stop. And then Thursday, Sam Morril is going to be in here.
Hey.
He's very funny. He's doing the Weekend at Hilarities. We've had him on the phone before, but I've never had him in here.
Sam's very funny.
Yeah, Sam's great. But, boy, I'll tell you what. Even in the depths of my anguish, even in, sitting with my father in his final days, even with the kind of bittersweet experience, being able to spend some considerable amount of time with my family at home, I knew in my darkest hours, hey, bright side, I'll return to Cleveland and to the show and to a new Poundcake sports break. So at least I knew. At least I knew that was somewhere over the horizon. Have you been posting new Poundcake podcasts?
The Poundcake podcast, we're still...
Hey!
Yeah, we're still going.
All right.
I don't even remember what the last... Because when
Last
we're
one was
off...
Two Queens or something?
Tale of Two Queens, yes.
Tale of Two
Britney
Queens.
Spears got married and the Queen's 70th Jubilee. Yeah. It just throws me off when we have a week off because I'm like, oh yeah, post this, and then I forget what I talked about.
Poundcake Takes Pride was the one before that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you have some fun at Pride?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, you know the difference between, and it's funny too, Poundcake does things for Pride Radio on the iHeartRadio app, by the way. It's one of the channels over there. And he does some voiceovers, I think, for them or whatever. And just the difference in the way that certain genres are promoted. The Pride, and I don't know if you say any of these, but I've heard some of the Pride Radio sweeps. And one of them is the beat for your hookup. It's not even like hey, they know who they're talking to, right? You got to know your audience.
I don't do
And
that.
there's no equivocation whatsoever, right? Pride Radio is we're the beat for your hookup. You're not in this to make a new friend, have a couple of dinners, and a quiet walk in the park. This is the music for your hookup. Get in, get out, literally and figuratively. Was it Pride Week that you were enjoying here in Cleveland, or was it a weekend, or what was it?
Well, they had the Pride Parade, right? The
Pride Parade.
Third and fourth,
Flat
right?
Out Pride.
Yeah.
Oh, that was right after I left.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was called Flat Out Pride?
Yeah, so...
And you got a room downtown, I assume?
Yeah, what was different this year was because we didn't have it the last 2 years, usually we do the Flat Out Pride Party, which is like the kickoff party to Pride weekend, but instead we did Flat Out Pride, which was the kickoff party, and then...
Now, were you there in any official capacity?
Meaning...
He was hosting.
I was hosting the...
Yeah, you were hosting some things. You weren't just there as an attendee. Right.
Yeah, I was hosting like the drag queens coming on stage.
Gotcha.
So instead this year we did 2 nights. So I did the Flat Out Pride Party and then the Closeout Pride Party. So they were both in the flats, same stage, just different lineup of drag queens. And
there was no return of Owisha Bitchwood.
No.
Your drag alter ego.
No.
All right.
Funny thing was the queens were like, who'd have thunk that drag queens might be a little late? Well, I'm talking like 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
They were
the
late.
stretch, huh?
Well, they got a lot of stuff to do.
I don't know if they weren't ready or you just couldn't
Tucking ain't
find
easy.
them. Every so often, I would I didn't want to be, controlling.
Oh, you
So
had
I
to
tried
vamp?
I had to vamp, but like I'm like, bitches, stay in line, because you would.
You didn't have to vamp for 40 minutes though.
No,
did you?
I didn't. We had a DJ, and house music, but what happened was when I'm like announcing the names for people to go up, people would just be gone because you would hear. And it's like high heels clacking into the crowd because they see a friend or a cute boy or whatever.
Oh, so they just had ADD.
Oh, so it was like herding cats to get these people up there.
So Friday night was like people were excited for Pride. Saturday night was a totally different crowd because people had been drinking all day. They were drunk all day. And people were, every time I would step off the stage before I would introduce a new queen, someone would take it upon themselves to jump up on the stage and start twerking. And I'm like, get your ass down. You are not an insurance liability. Like, get your ass down. And then one dude, like, shut your ass up, got an attitude with me and was like, I'm feeling some racial undertones from you. And I'm like, how did this turn racist?
Doesn't it suck when you got to be the fun police?
Yeah.
Like, that's the least fun part of hosting things, is you have to be the fun police. It's not their fault. They want to have a good time.
But he was like, can I request a line dance? I said, we had a DJ for 3+ hours before I got here. This is not line dance time.
God.
He was like,
even Pride Week in Cleveland, somebody wants a line dance.
He was like, so I can't request a song? I said, no, this is for the drag queens. He's like, no one's on the stage. I'm like, yeah, you're not dancing on the stage. So then,
Poundcake had to be the fun police.
He got an attitude, and big ones, small ones, skinny ones, tall ones, brown ones, black ones, round ones, fat ones. I was so happy that I had a room downtown because I was scared to go to my car. He was like,
scared to go to your car.
He came over with 2 lesbians, and they were about to get me.
Lesbians.
They were gonna get me.
Lesbians.
2 lesbians. Like he was like, he's like, all I wanted, he's like, y'all exploit our community. I'm like, it's a benefit. Like, we're not exploiting
How did you
anything.
turn out to be? So he was drunk. How'd you turn out to be the bad guy?
Because I told him, no, he couldn't request a song. No, he couldn't dance up on the stage.
I mean, what you do is you say, of course you can request a song.
I did that. I did that multiple times.
Yeah.
He was calling me on my bluff. He's like, so when? I'm like,
bro, I'm not the DJ. I'm the middleman.
But even the guy that was like playing the house music, he's like, it's a set playlist. We had a DJ we had a DJ for like 3 hours before anyone even got on the stage. That was request hour. This is not request hour.
He showed up late.
So I was scared. He was like coming over and like getting in my face. I'm like, hold on, I gotta get on the mic. He like, here, let me see. I'm like, no, don't touch it.
Did you?
So did it ruin your good time?
Did you get to use your hotel room?
As in, did I get to sleep with anybody? No.
Well, not sleep, but did you get to... What? You didn't? Your hotel room for the entire duration just contained you?
2 nights?
Just you?
Yep.
What
for
happened?
2?
Because word got around that he's a fun police. Mm-hmm. He shot himself in the foot. People saw him up there telling off some dude, and they were like, oh, man.
Everyone already had... It seems...
This guy's a self-loathing gay.
It seems to me that everyone had their Pride plans, like, already in effect, because I had to stay there. I wasn't going to go to Twist or anything. I wasn't going to anywhere else. I had a room. I was going to drink right there in the flats. That's where I was going to spend my money because that's where I was for the weekend.
But you didn't
you were
like
locked down, though.
You didn't get on an app or anything and be like, hey, I'm going to be down here. Come hang out.
I did, and they said...
An app.
They said...
You mean Grindr?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you...
There's a couple.
Yeah.
There's Grindr, Scruff. There's a bunch of them.
There's what?
Scruff.
Scruff.
And Hornet,
I love
too.
it. Hornet?
Yeah.
Hey, I met you on Scruff.
Yeah, that's a thing.
No, I believe you. I just hadn't heard of it. I love it.
Yeah, I did meet a couple
So
guys on
Grindr's
there.
old and busted. Scruff is the new hotness?
I just refuse to pay for it. Like, it's not old and busted, but right now I'm paying for OnlyFans. I'm not paying for Grindr extra to see the same ugly dudes. I'm good.
Boat show.
I don't know. It's a Cleveland boat show. I don't want to see these same old ugly dudes.
I'm
I
not paying for it. You want me to pay to see Cleveland gays? Ugh.
They should get them for free.
That's a crime.
I understand. I got a break.
Progressive Cleveland Boat Show.
Hey, Def Leppard, your headliner for that stadium tour with Motley Crue, Poison, and Joan Jett. It's going to happen on July 14th if you want to go. We'll have tickets for you coming back, and then another chance to grab $1,000 is on the way at 4:30.